Compassionate Communities Kingston, Canada is part of a global movement that is passionate about improving the experiences of those coping with life-limiting conditions, dying, and death. National Advanced Care Planning Day is April 16th, and Angela Fallow from Compassionate Communities joins me today to tell us about how every adult should have an advanced care plan for possible future health needs. Welcome, Angela. Thank you for joining us today. First of all, what is Compassionate Communities Kingston, Canada, and what is your primary focus?
Compassionate Communities Kingston is a charitable institution that has two main focuses, and the first is advanced care planning and helping people understand the importance of it, training people, and disseminating information about advanced care planning. And the second is to help reduce social isolation. And those two mandates they do kind of coexist together because both are things that matter to an aging population.
Compassionate Communities Kingston is the lead for advanced care planning, and as I mentioned, you have an event coming up in April. Why is it so important to have an advanced care plan?
I'm an estate planning lawyer, so our law focuses very much on the importance of autonomy and dignity around having a say for what you would want if you're no longer capable of expressing your wishes for healthcare. And healthcare encompasses several things, including, of course, your medical decisions, but also shelter, clothing, nutrition, and food and safety. So it's important that you are communicating with people before you lose the ability to communicate what your wishes would be, so that you can maintain dignity and people can help provide that for you if capacity is ever lost.
Someone who has lost that ability, what other examples of there could that be besides illness? I'm thinking maybe accident.
Oh, of course. So many things can precipitate a loss of mental capacity such that you're unable to understand a treatment that may be proposed by a physician and appreciate the consequences of refusing to accept or to consent to treatment or consenting to treatment. So any number of things, and we all know dementia is a rising concern, including Alzheimer's. So these things are real problems for our population today, and I think that in my practice, so many clients come in and say, I've seen my parents. They say, I've seen my parents. I saw my mother. She had dementia for 10 years. I just never want that to happen to me. And so apparently I would assume that mother may not have had an opportunity to communicate her wishes to her children. And when people fail to communicate their wishes, and this is something that should be done on a regular basis as we age, as we perhaps get a prognosis or a diagnosis. For example, COPD, I'm not a healthcare professional, but something like COPD may necessitate at some point ventilation. So you're thinking, and you're working with your healthcare providers in creating an advanced care plan sometimes too, so that you can better understand what types of decisions your substitute decision makers will face and help them. Because when you don't provide guidance to people who will be left making those decisions for you, that can lead to conflict among family members. It can lead to moral distress for the people who are left making those decisions. And so alleviating those things by simply doing an attorney for personal care. So doing your power of attorney for personal care, making sure it was done properly, probably by a lawyer, so that you're getting good advice, and then making sure that you put your wishes in writing potentially, or even just expressing them verbally.
Would you recommend making sure your lawyer has the recommendations, your wishes, and so on already in place?
Some lawyers do provide tools for advanced care planning, but if you have done your attorney for your POA for personal care, and you didn't have some kind of set of instructions or have tools provided to you at that time, you can go online and find many tools. There's a National Advanced Care Planning website, and it contains a very comprehensive planning toolkit. I know we discussed earlier the DNR form that can be obtained from a physician, a primary care physician, and it can be placed on your fridge. That will instruct paramedics who might come in a time of crisis. So that's another important tool if you're aging and you know that you won't want to be resuscitated.
And what does DNR stand for?
Do not resuscitate.
What can people expect at this planning session?
Well, they can expect to meet some advanced care planning experts in a comfortable environment, an approachable group of people who will guide them through understanding better what is advanced care planning, how do you do it, once you've done it, what do you do with it, do you share it with other people, who do you share it with? And so I think that once people attend a session like this, they will leave feeling really prepared and educated.
And it's really important to note that this session is free. Let's talk about your website, where people can go and find more information if they can't make it to the planning session.
I think the website's an excellent resource because it shows ways that you can get involved in the community while you're well and capable. One of the biggest problems, as mentioned earlier, as we age, is social isolation. And so there's a community connector program that is facilitated and available through our organization. You can attend community connector training, and that in itself is a really lovely experience and opportunity to learn how you can fit into the community and have a role and a role to play in helping other people and getting help when you might need it too.
A community connector does what?
They become part of a network of people, and depending on, you may come with very specific strengths already, or you just may be an individual who can drive people to doctor's appointments. That's a much needed role right now. So
I want to remind people to go to this advanced care planning session on Wednesday, April 16th from 2 to 4 p.m. at Calvin Park Branch Library. Thank you for joining us today.
great, thank you.